Hey guys, Joel and Christy here, and what are we doing today?
Today we are sharing a collab that was brought to us by Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom. And we're so excited to be sharing this collab with you. And what it is ways that you might be blowing your budget during the holidays.
Wow, that should be a good one.
Yeah. Before we begin, we do want to thank Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom for inviting us to be a part of this collab. And if you haven't seen her video yet, be sure to check down in the description. We'll have a link to her channel so that you can go over and see what her list is. She always has different lists than we do when we do these collabs. So I know that it'll be beneficial to hear it because it'll be probably different.
That's right.
Just a note before we begin, we are really glad that we are tackling this topic right now because although at the time of this recording, the government has shutdown has ended and is opening back up, but that doesn't mean that there isn't aftermath effects from it, and just in general, people are struggling. So we hope that something that we say in this video will help you during the holidays to have a good holiday season despite any economic struggles that you may be facing.
All right, let's get to it.
All right, so our first one is travel expenses. Now, I mean, you know, if you don't have to travel, there's always an option. But if you feel like you do need to travel, we have created videos in the past where we talked about how to save money on travel expenses, and we will link that down in the description and at the end, maybe in the eye in the sky at this moment, if I remember. But there are a lot of websites that you can use to help reduce flights, rental cars if you need that, and hotel expenses. So sometimes it can be as easy as doing a combo deal. Sometimes it might be using different websites for each individual thing because maybe you don't need all three. We have had a lot of success with websites like Trivago, Expedia, things like that. We've also found that he has a rewards account with IHG, right? Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. IHG.
And Choice Hotels.
In Choice Hotels.
Yeah.
And so we use that sometimes to get discounts on hotels. We also have an account with Avis, and we get discounts on car rentals because of that. So I would really consider looking at your different options and seeing if just getting on a rewards account might help you save some money if you aren't already doing that. And just as a note, also, if you're driving, be sure that you have the Gas Buddy web app on your phone. It'll help you know where the best prices are, or the what's the name of that app?
Upside.
Get Upside, and you'll get some rebates back on gas that you may be purchasing. I think they also may have food rebates.
You can do restaurants there too. A lot of different things. Yeah.
So if you do have to stop for something to eat, maybe you can find something on Upside.
Yeah.
And also you can pack food to save money as well.
That's right.
All right, so saying that, let's move on to the second one.
All right, the second way you may be busting your budget during the Christmas holidays is on food. Now, it's really easy to go over your grocery budget during the holidays. Heck, it's easy to go over your grocery budget any month if you're not watching it and following it and sticking to your plan. However, we do recommend that you budget a little bit more during the holidays just for this reason, especially if you like to make gifts for your friends and family, for edible gifts, or if you go to potluck type meals during the holidays. You might want to budget a little bit extra for that, especially for around Thanksgiving and Christmas as they come around. But if you're like us, we try to give edible gifts to coworkers every year. I know you've seen our 12 Days of Christmas Treats videos that we've done for several years now. And I take those to work and give them to my team members, and they love them. We do save on gifts by making edible gifts, but it does cost us more on food during the Christmas holidays because we do that. However, we do save money on sometimes buying gifts other than edible gifts during the holidays because we do make some food gifts a lot of times. In the description, we're going to link a couple of playlists of videos that we've made in the past of sharing edible foods that you can make as well. Also, if you're struggling to buy food this year, please don't hesitate to contact the food banks in your area. That's what they're there for.
Our third one is decor. We have shared a video in the past where we showed all our Christmas decor.
Yeah.
One of the ways that people tend to overspend is by thinking that they have to have live Christmas trees in multiple rooms in their house, and plus they maybe like buy brand new rethemed Christmas decor every year. And what we showed in that video was that we use the same stuff every year. We have an artificial tree, one, and we use all the rest of the same Christmas decor every year. We have some decor that dates back all the way to like our first year or second year of marriage, when we bought some stuff for a Christmas tree and other things in our house, and we show that in the video. And it's a lot of memories. We have a lot of memories that are tied to our Christmas decor. It makes us think of friends that we have, or something that our children did when they were small, you know, things like that. So if you kind of like restructure your thought process out of, I have to retheme every year, instead of think of, oh, do you remember what happened in 10 years ago when we used this thing for the first time? So one of the ways that you can save money is to not think that you have to repurchase everything, and that you have to buy multiple Christmas trees to be in all throughout your house. Sorry, you don't have to have one in your living room, and a different one in your bedroom, and a different one in somebody else's room, and plus maybe the loft, and then one in the kitchen, and you know, like it can become a lot, right? So think about that when it comes time to decorate. Do you really have to buy new stuff?
Fourth thing we want to talk about today that can blow your budget during the holidays are gifts. Obviously, that's probably the biggest one that you can do, because hey, we like to give gifts during the holidays, right? There are a lot of ways that gifts can blow your budget. The first way is just not sticking to your budget. So if you don't have a budget, then you've already blown your budget, and probably blown your finances, because you won't, you have really no guide to go by. And so the first thing is to make a budget. This is how much I want to spend this year, and then stick to that budget. Now we tend to make a list of each person that we plan to give to, so that we can have an idea of how much we have for each person. Another way is by not counting everyone that you need to give gifts to. Sometimes we forget about bosses and teachers, and you know, the mailman, or you know, the UPS driver, or you know, people like that we want to give gifts to. And when we forget about those things, then it tends to blow our budget, because we go over, because we haven't budgeted for those things. So you know, don't forget, your kids will probably want to take presents to their school teachers and their school chums. Now, these are just examples. What we would suggest is that you brainstorm anybody that you would need to give a gift to this year, and then put that into your budget. Write it down. So I'm going to give gifts to all these people. Write it down, and then that's your list. Make sure you leave a little extra in your budget. Also, for just in case purposes. Sometimes something will come up in last minute, and you'll need a little extra cash for that. But you know, if you haven't forgotten anything, you could just say you came under budget. So that's always a good thing.
Now, a bonus tip, and it is one that we've never heard anyone share regarding ways to save during the holidays. We've never shared it, never thought of it before. But it is to get connected on Facebook to a local Buy Nothing group. You know, you have to make sure that it's in the community you actually live in to be a part of those types of groups, but you can find things that are in good shape for nothing. And we'll show you an example of it. All right, as you can see, we have this little kitchen tower here. This is something that I have been looking for to buy our little Minnie, our granddaughter, and we saw it on the Buy Nothing group, completely in good shape, sturdy, and it didn't cost us anything. All we had to do was go to the person's house, pick it up off their porch, and then leave.
Yep.
And so this is a good way. And also, as a note, I will tell you that I have seen some of these Buy Nothing groups put food on their Buy Nothing listing. And so if you're looking and you're struggling with food choices, maybe somebody is doing a pantry clean out, and they will have their the food that they decided to let go of in the group, and all you'd have to do is go pick it up off their porch, most likely.
Yep.
Most of these groups, unless it is a big item, you're only going to like pick it up off a porch or something like that. You will never meet them. You will never speak with them. There'll be zero contact with the person. But as always, just like with Facebook Marketplace, be sure to do your due diligence in staying safe.
Yep.
But there's a very good option for things like this. You can find them giving away toys, because like I saw somebody post the other day, consider cleaning out your kid's toy box now instead of after the holidays, so that maybe you will get, you'll be able to help somebody else who's struggling. So maybe you'll find toys of somebody who's cleaning out the toy box now.
Yep.
And, like I said, perfect condition, as you can see. And we can't wait for our little Minnie to get to bake some sourdough with her mama.
That's right.
But, that is something to consider there.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today. If you have any comments about what we talked about, or if you have any things that you feel like people bust their budgets on, we'd love to hear those in the comments below. Also, anything that you can share with us, some tips for not busting your budget, we'd love to hear those in the comment section below as well. But thank you for joining us today. We hope you found the video useful. And again, thank you to Dawn for inviting us to the collab. But that's going to do it today for Saving Money for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. And remember, it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.